Hello, everyone out there in YouTube and audio worlds. Welcome to another episode of School Dropouts, a show about friendship and anime. I'm Stew, and I'm joined with Bakari.
Hi.
And we've got a special guest, Bernadette.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
And we've got a boatload of camera angles.
Yeah.
So this is fun. This is probably too much, but
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. We're all over the place. Well, so we decided at the end of the last episode that we needed to do something girly.
Yeah.
And we've been watching too much shonen. We've been watching too much vending machine shit. So today we watched
Too much vending machine shit.
too much. Just way too much. We watched Chihayafuru.
Yep. There you go.
10 out of 10. Nailing it. I'm posting an anime podcast. But we got our special guest here. Bernadette, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I felt like, well, I live here.
Well, yeah, you were
but
going to be here either way. Thank you for being in that seat, in that chair, holding that microphone.
Yeah, thanks. I feel like when Stu told me, yeah, we're going to do something girly, for the next episode, I was like, well, you can't do that because, like, you guys aren't girls. So I said, I thought to myself, like, as a woman, I felt that I needed to be present just to make sure you guys weren't watching anything offensive. Like, it had to be like, I gave the okay.
That's important. Yeah, Bernadette kind of served as interpreter for this one because we don't understand girls like at all.
I don't know I don't even know what they are really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, it was funny because Bernadette was working from home today, and I was, doing my basically unemployed life, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and Bernadette's like, okay, yeah. I mean, I really like to hang out. I really like to. I'd really, like, hey, is there a possibility that I could like be around during? It's like, okay, I think Bernadette wants to be on the episode.
Yeah.
Well, Stu and I have been on vacation for a little bit.
That's right.
And with people that we didn't know super well. So I really wanted, like, I've been isolating myself, and I really wanted, like, to do something with someone I know. Ease back into socializing,
You're easing back into socializing by creating something that's going to be like seen by like a boatload of people. And by a boatload, I mean 10.
Like
but I don't have to talk to them.
Like
that's
a small ferry.
That's like a Titanic lifeboat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a small rowboat.
Yeah, I would say we have a Titanic lifeboat sized audience.
There we go. Yeah. That's about right.
Yeah, that's about as much as I can handle.
Yeah,
There you
so
go.
that works.
Yeah. So thank you for having me. Love you.
Yeah. Yeah. And now if anybody has any questions about us choosing to watch a girly anime, we have a girl on the podcast, so you can't say anything against us.
You gotta go
You don't
through
even
me.
have to say no homo because because Bernadette's here.
Yeah,
we're
you don't have
actually really
to.
progressive
You guys are allowed to be homo because I'm here.
Finally.
That's why they're sitting together in one angle and I'm by myself in this one.
This is the boys' couch.
Yeah.
Well, I was
No homo.
speaking of boys, I was thinking about like whenever we bring Charlie back on the podcast, I'm thinking the angle's gonna be like you and me sitting here, and then we'll have Charlie
Just behind us.
He's standing.
Yeah.
Head's just out of frame.
You just see his torso.
That would be perfect.
I think you'd be into it.
Well, Bernadette, what have you been getting into? What you been doing? Anything? Well, no, we just went on vacation. That's what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did we do for 2 weeks? Oh, right.
It was a lot. It was like a different world. Going on vacation is wild for just 2 weeks. Like getting out of the habit of waking up early and going to work.
Yeah.
And what's weird is I came back very tired and also very relaxed, very like refreshed at the same time.
Yeah. I feel like this whole week I've been very tired, and I'm like, but I was just on vacation for basically like 2 weeks, right?
Right.
There was a wedding, and then there was like a reception to the wedding, and so like whole 9 yards, and it was great. It was really super nice. I loved it. But like I came back, I'm like, why am I tired? Oh yeah, it's been basically go.
I feel like it's pretty rare unless you end up going like, I don't know, somewhere to just like sit on a beach and like get a tan or whatever. Like I feel like it's rare that vacations are actually like it's rare that you come back more energized than you were when you left. But like, I think you can come back a lot more like relaxed.
Yes. Yeah. I have a very distinct memory of going to Fanime.
Oh yeah.
And on the final day, I was eating a burrito at Not Iguanas at a different place.
Not iguanas.
Not Iguanas. And I know it was a really good burrito though.
Okay.
And I was sitting there. I'm like, wow, I'm on vacation. Like I'm on a proper vacation. And it like energized me so much that like I came back and I felt like $1 million. And that's the only time I've ever come back from a convention and felt better.
Yeah. It's good. I feel like conventions are especially like they can be very tiring. You know, just running around. There's like 2,000 people.
Yeah.
You know, whole lot going.
Yeah, because I feel like usually, it involves like stamina.
Yeah.
And a plan and organizing and like and then also we have to go get drinks with our friends.
Of
like
course. Yeah.
so then it just becomes like a whole day. It can be exhausting, but in the best way.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I love it. Like I'll do it again in a heartbeat anytime.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it is like this is the old man podcast.
That's
it's
right.
like
That's right.
I'm willing to bet that a good amount of it is that I'm out of shape, but like getting older and going to conventions is just like so much more brutal.
It's a very different game in your 30s.
Like I don't think there's any positivity I could have at the end of a convention. Like I couldn't have that I'm on vacation thought. I'd just be like, my body hurts. I'm like I've been walking for 3 days.
Yeah. But that getting back after you're done with everything is like even more satisfying, I think, because you're just so fatigued from being an old fuck running around all day.
The best day is that
We'll get there one day.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you I got tired from the vacation from people older than me, so I think I'm there.
Like,
Yeah. That's why you're on the Old Man Anime podcast.
Yeah, hello.
Spirit.
The most relaxing day I would say of the entire vacation for us was like we returned on a Sunday and then we just hung out on a Monday. And it's like that was just the best. Like, I'm just gonna sit on the couch for 12 hours.
Like you got back here and still had another day off.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the way to do
best
it.
day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to book that one extra day.
Right. Yeah. I'm so glad I like took a day off. And also I had so much energy when we got back.
Yeah.
I was so drained when I was like on the actual trip, and then we got back and I was like, Stu, do you want to do something now that it's just us two? Like we have to do, the thing about like the vacation is that it was also like a wedding. So it was just, that was stressful because Stu officiated it.
That's right. Congratulations.
Yeah. Congrats.
Yeah.
Pastor, was it Reverend?
Reverend, yeah.
I'm Reverend
They call you
Stew.
Reverend in the email when they send you the thing. It's nice. Yeah. You are like legally allowed to call yourself a reverend if you do the stupid universal life thing.
Yeah. And trust me, I am.
Yep, that's right.
But it's like tougher because when you're at a wedding as not just a guest, you're like a special, like you're a family member.
Yeah.
Or something, you have a responsibility, then it's like it's not as relaxing anymore.
You can't just go get drunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you're in a tough spot too because it was my family's wedding, so it was like, you're surrounded by not just like, like friends of the family, but also like family. It's like you don't, other than like me and like the immediate people you've met, like you're just surrounded by strangers, and that's a lot.
It is a lot, yeah, because I have to also make sure I don't get too drunk in front of your family.
In front of the family.
Yeah. so that was stressful because that's what's relaxing. It was a lot. It's fine.
It's a
I'm
fun line.
back.
I'm back. I'm alive.
Yeah.
Because that's like, you're in a big ass room in formal wear around a shitload of people you don't know. The thing you want to do is drink a lot. Like you need to get that uncomfortableness level down. But it's a tight line to walk for sure.
Thank you.
I've never been comfortable at a wedding.
Wow, you really have been rough.
Easy.
Get good, dude. No, I've never been, even even when it's all people I know. Like the wedding I officiated was like mostly my friends from high school and their parents. Like that was it. Those were the people in attendance. And I was still like really uncomfortable the whole time. Like even during the reception when I'd done my part and everything. Like it's tough. So I get you for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how those nerds, like I've done so much public speaking and stuff too. And when I was officiating, it was like, I've done this. I know what I'm going to do, and still like the nerves like kick in.
Yeah.
And it's funny for me, like how they kick in all the time. Like this is episode 40 of this podcast.
Episode 40.
I feel like I feel no fucking nerves sitting down to record.
I mean, it's us. You know?
Yeah, we're just chilling.
But like,
Yeah.
like there's been like a couple other like podcast projects I've worked on. Maybe one that we'll talk about a little later. And every time I sit down to do it, I lock up. Like this, I feel very comfortable doing.
Yeah.
If I get on something else, it could be hit or miss.
For sure.
Or at least I feel nervous, even if I am totally killing it. So
Yeah.
I'm certain you are.
yeah, I am.
I was gonna say that
usually
too.
killing it, yeah.
I'm gonna fight you.
Too fast.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I felt the same way going on Charlie's podcast about beats. Like it's talking about something one of the things I feel most comfortable talking about. And I was still like, oh, geez, the whole time.
It's a weird like performance
Yeah.
thing. Like you have to like put on your best. You have to actually listen to other people.
Also true.
Yeah.
The worst
So
part.
yeah. So when we've had some drunken episodes before, so
Indeed.
there would take some like real extra effort to like you'd be really drunk and you have to like really concentrate what the person's saying. It's like those are the hardest ones.
The most like horrifying moment is like I have this a lot where like my brain goes or my mouth ends up going kind of faster than my brain, and my brain needs to kind of catch up to what I'm saying. And
Yes.
so like I've started a sentence, I'm well through it, and then I'm just like, and like the moment that starts happening, like the panic sets in, like,
Yeah.
oh no, I'm fucking this so bad. Oh
Yeah.
no, oh no, oh no. And again, here it's not that fine because like one, it's easy enough to like whoever's editing it, the other can be like,
Yeah.
hey, that part where I looked like a dumb asshole, take that out.
And I'll
like-
say no.
Well, at least I have the option to tell him to.
You're like that part where you said that thing that was offensive. Like I'm gonna
Exactly.
keep it in, like, and then you're gonna wonder about it later.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I'm gonna wait until the episode goes out to even bring it up. Like,
Yeah.
did I sound racist?
Why
Yeah.
did you take that part out?
Well, I just that's how I'm gonna like Game of Thrones like usurp you. Like you'll say something offensive,
That's
I
my
won't
red wedding.
get rid of it, and then it's like, well, he's canceled. Now it's time for me to run down the School
You're
Dropouts.
gonna fucking odd taxi me. God damn it.
I'm just gonna absolutely like I'll take it over, and then it'll just be me on the podcast. No guests, no you, just me talking about 6 episodes. That's all the people really want.
Yeah.
If that's what you want, sound off in the comments.
Yeah.
Still gonna
You-
farm
you know it's just
engagement
gonna be
whenever
me.
possible. Yeah.
It's just gonna be me being like, yes, oh my god, I love him.
He's so cool.
I
It's also gonna be me down there saying that.
love him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm outvoted. Shit.
Yeah.
It's been fun, guys. 40 episodes. Hey.
Yeah. Happy 40.
Oh.
Happy 40th. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
So we're recording on the day that we put out the vending machine episode. If to really
You're
date this
fucking
one.
giving away the Aegis.
Give it away. Well, and so I had this thought today where I was like, oh no, what if we put out the episode and then, because at the end of the episode, spoilers for the vending machine episode, we talk about how we wanted to watch a girly anime.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what if somebody comments, oh, you should watch blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it'll be too late. And then I realized we've never asked on an episode, hey, tell us, comment down below what we should be watching. It's been 40 episodes. We've never asked.
Well, I feel
and we
like-
struggle to find episodes.
No, it's
sometimes.
true. Like most recording days, I feel like we just kind of show up and be like, what do you want to watch? I don't know. What do you want to watch? And then we just like figure it out. But like you can kind of trust any sort of online commenter to not wait for you to ask for their opinion before giving it. And also, I mean, I feel like we have very few commenters. I know people are watching, but like very
Yeah.
few commenters. So if we ask who like what we should watch next, it'll probably be you or I going like, we should watch the Animatrix or something. It's just, King of the Hill. That's my favorite anime. Haha, get it? Because it's not.
And then
Degrassi. That's just me
The
requesting.
Degrassi episode. That could be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Actually. I would watch.
Bring Felicia on.
Yeah. Next Valentine's Day. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, we got to figure that
90s,
out.
yeah.
We got to figure out the Halloween episode as well.
That's right.
That'll be the next one, probably.
You have an idea for what you want us to watch for the Halloween episode? Let us know.
Yeah, because I'm really drawing a blank. We've watched both the horror animes that I really knew. So,
Yeah, we watched Higurashi. We watched Paranoia Agent.
yeah.
Do another Like
Oh, we watched the Junji Ito.
Oh, yeah.
Thing.
maybe the Uzumaki anime is not going to be out yet.
Yeah, that's still on the ropes.
Well, I have a suggestion.
Please.
And a shameless plug.
Oh.
If you're looking for something to watch that is spooky, check out The Haunting of Chill House.
The plugs are at the end, Bernadette.
Yeah, but no one's gonna watch till
Better
the end
to
except for us. So
Tough but fair.
I'm just gonna keep it short. We have a horror podcast, me and Stu. We watch Hell House LLC, but we're gonna focus on Hill House. Mike Flanagan, my boy.
Yeah.
Eventually. So check it out whenever it's out.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
Yeah.
Good night.
This episode's brought to you by
The Haunting of Chill House.
And Squarespace.
And BetterHelp.
And BetterHelp.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Raycon, yeah, all of
what's
it.
that? The food
Yeah.
one. Fresh.
I almost said better.
HelloFresh.
I almost said Better Fresh.
There's a few smaller YouTube channels I've been watching for a while that recently had Raid Shadow Legend
Yeah,
ads.
those have come back.
Though they're on the rise. And I've heard the thing I heard this back when Raid Shadow Legends was like really everywhere. I've heard that they pay really good compared to most sponsors.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like you can have like a moderately sized YouTube channel, you know, like maybe in the 10K ish. And Raid Shadow Legends might pay you like $2,000.
Wow.
For that thing.
I'd do it.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, you know, like I want to be very picky about our sponsors. I want to say that we would be very picky about our sponsors.
Yeah.
But if we got that fucking email and it was like 2K,
Yeah.
I might do it.
I don't
I'm pretty
dislike
desperate.
Raid Shadow Legends enough to turn down that money.
Yeah,
is the thing.
exactly.
Like, I'm sure there's some, like, I don't know, scam fucking Instagram ad type product that, like, I would be like, no, that fucking sucks. I'm not doing that. But, like,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about a phone game. I have zero, like, opinions or emotions or anything around a fucking phone game. So, like, yeah, sure, whatever. I truly, like, I guess I'm just not the target audience, but, like, I do not understand who hears one of those ads and goes like, shit, I gotta download that game.
Oh, like something like Raid or whatever.
Or any of those. Yeah. Have you ever like even had like the tiniest twinge of like curiosity when you see one of those ads?
No.
No. Why would you?
I feel like the art style. Stu and I came across like an ad from a YouTuber that was like where you had to hatch dragons or whatever.
I've seen
It was,
one of those.
yeah, it was Curtis
Yeah.
Connor.
There's-
Yeah.
there
And
was the Curtis Dragon.
There's the Curtis.
yeah. It looked very strange.
It sure did.
And
He's a
again,
furry now.
He's a scaly. No, you gotta get the
Scaly.
term
Oh,
out.
my
Yeah.
bad. My bad.
That's a thing.
Scaly.
Yeah.
Scaly.
Anyway, I feel like the art style is just always so unappealing.
Definitely.
But I told Stu, I was like, I swear I downloaded this like way back in the day because of the appeal of like hatching a creature that is like special and, you know, it's a mystery. But then it was too much work.
That makes a lot of sense, honestly.
But it's that's a lot. That's a, you know, as someone that has played things like Stardew and Animal Crossing and other apps that have work in them, that says a lot. That means that work was not fun.
Yeah.
There's a way to make that kind of thing fun for sure.
Exactly. And appealing.
But yeah, and that made me realize, like, I used to love Tamagotchis and stuff. Any stupid ass Tamagotchi knockoff, I would get. Like, if
I got one,
yeah. And it's wild to me that there isn't like a prominent equivalent of that on smartphone games. Like, you think that would be like one of the premier like genres of smartphone game, right?
Well, I think the issue with a lot of the mobile games is that like what's fun about a Tamagotchi as like a kid is like the novelty of it, right? Like it's this fun little thing that you can bring with you, and you don't really have anything else like that.
Yeah.
Like, but in other ways, it's kind of like you have this little like loot box egg, and you're gonna and like the problem is with mobile games is like these people can't not monetize these things.
That's very true.
Excuse me. So like if you're gonna have this fun idea for a game, how do you exploit money for it? You know, and it's like, well, you have these loot box eggs and you have this like unreasonable challenge at a certain point, and the only way to get through it is to spend money on items and things like that. And you just get it's all these games that are addictive rather than fun.
I know this isn't as profitable, but like the easy get out of discourse free card is like just a flat subscription model, you know?
Totally.
$10 a month, $80 a year, whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many games that I see on Steam that I'm like, oh, that looks kind of fun. And then I see it's free and I'm like, oh, actually, no, I don't want to play this.
Yeah.
And I hate that because I remember when like MMOs started to go free to play, and as like a broke like 17-year-old, I was like, this is so cool. Oh my God. And I played I played a lot of games that were kind of in that era and I had a lot of fun.
Sure.
But now it's like,
Yeah. She's got a bad rap, you know.
too bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, I feel like I was someone that also grew up with like Nintendogs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's too discouraging to like once you leave it for a day or like longer than that, it becomes a pattern. It becomes like too sad to play now.
That's what happens to me with Animal Crossing every time.
Yeah.
I fall off of it for a couple weeks or a month or something. And fucking I log in and you talk to like, you know how, I don't know if they do this in New Horizons, but like, you know, they'll have like one of the villagers talk to you at the beginning and they're like, Bakari, it's been 32 days since I last saw you. Wow, where'd you go? And I feel like the world's biggest piece of shit.
It's sad.
Yeah.
I don't think they do in the new one.
Yeah. I might just be thinking of the GameCube one, honestly.
The GameCube one, it's like a heart-wrenching.
It really is. I'm like, I'm so sorry, Rold. I'll never leave you again. And then I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel even worse.
Well, sometimes they leave.
They
And
do?
They don't tell you.
Yeah.
They just leave a letter and they just say, hey, like, it's been fun, but I gotta go find myself or something. And you're like, but you were my favorite. It's like so sad.
One of like the weirdest contrivances of that game in particular is how if you visit someone else's town, there's like it's got to be over a 50% chance that one of your villagers will go move over there.
Yeah.
And at random, you do not control at all who it's going to be. So you just lose maybe your favorite villager because you dared to play, you know, multiplayer with someone else.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh,
Absolutely.
That's a rough feature.
That like ruined my file one time. Like Cube, I think, left or Bob or one of those, like the big ones. And I was just like, what am I going to do without Bob, man?
Yeah.
That's my buddy.
Yeah, because that's the funny thing with Animal Crossing is like you're not just like building a house on an island, like you're also building a collection of neighbors.
Yeah,
you know, like they're accessories in a certain way.
exactly.
Yeah. You're building a family, friendship.
You worked hard for all that money you used to buy them on the Animal Crossing black market. Fucking was that village the cat with heterochromia?
Oh, what? Oh, no, it's
Raymond?
not Rover. It's a different.
It's not Raymond.
Is it Raymond?
Ray-
No, that's the new one.
That's the one I'm talking about. Is like because you heard about like there was this cat and he was dressed all like British or whatever.
Yeah.
And he had like
Dressed all British.
No, I know what you mean.
yeah, right.
I know that style.
And he has the different colored eyes and everything.
He's covered in like chimney soot. He's got this.
Yeah, he's a big fan.
He's always like, Mister.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
That would have been such a better
Crossing.
character, honestly.
Wait, so hang on.
But you know about this character. You know this character I'm talking about, the cat.
I'm pretty sure he's Raymond.
Wait,
think
there's
you're
so
right.
many different cats because like Raymond is the guy with the glasses.
I think he's got glasses.
He's like the newer. He's like everyone loves him.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the one on GameCube where you get to decorate the cat's face.
Oh, Blanca.
Yeah.
Or Bianca. No, I could never figure out if it was an
Blanca
L or
makes
an I.
more sense.
Right? 'Cause
Yeah,
It's like white
blank.
and also kind of sounds like blank.
Yeah. Okay,
But,
yeah.
Yeah, they were doing like traffic. They were trafficking that poor cat. They were fucking paying real life money to get him to move to other people's islands and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
That's insane.
hot take. Oh, maybe a hot take. He's overrated.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Ooh.
He's
They're
just
coming
like
for you.
he looks like a little dork, posh boy.
No, yeah, he looks and like
He dresses British.
He's British. Yeah.
his little catchphrase is crisp. What's that even mean?
Ew. He's like trying to make it like catch on, but never does.
Never. Yeah.
Stop saying crisp. Crisp isn't gonna catch on.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you know how like the animals will sometimes take each other's catchphrases and stuff. Nobody would ever take that.
No,
That's all.
ew.
That's all him.
Yeah, it's like it's crunchy.
Yeah.
Ew.
What's like a
Crisp. I don't know. Gross.
maybe he means
Crusty.
like clothes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what he means.
2023 Battle School Dropouts official stance. Fuck Raymond.
Yeah.
Raymond
Boo.
Hey, hold on, I'm not a part of this. Don't come for me.
You
Don't
like Raymond?
cancel me.
You like Raymond?
I don't give a shit about him, but you know,
Who doesn't give a shit about Raymond either? Fuck Raymond. That's right.
Do you have a favorite villager, Bakari, or
that's
favorites?
Growing up, it was definitely got my boy rolled on my water bottle to this day.
Cute.
Him and
I thought
Cube.
you'd get your phone.
What's that? Oh, gotta work out. Which one's my favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, my favorite was just scroll Instagram.
Tom Nook.
The one that crosses. Actually, I think that's my
Yeah.
favorite.
I love
The
Animal.
I like me, like, the main character.
Villager's really cool.
I think I've got a top 5 pretty easy. In no particular order. Rolled and Cube. They're both penguins. Bob, the purple cat. Bones. He's like a beagle or something. And then
He's cute.
Yeah,
I like him.
Love that little guy.
Yeah.
And Marina, the pink octopus.
Oh yeah, everyone loves her.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
she's
hard
wonderful.
to hate.
How do you not? Right?
Yeah.
They added, this is after I was kind of done, like I had kind of run my course with New Horizons, but they added like a robot octopus named Cephalobot, and I want that one really bad.
I have him on the Happy Home Paradise.
Is that fun? I've never played that.
It's so fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Because they're like, there's an actual goal, you know? Like I feel like with Animal Crossing in general, it's a little bit like, you know, you level everything up and then you can just kind of live life and whatever. But like with Happy Home, it's like, okay, you have to include these items and then you just kind of like make it look nice. It's like, it's so fun and addicting.
I can dig that.
Yeah. And it's like low stakes. And then you just get paid after. It's really cute. And you get rare items.
There's one of my favorite things that like I've seen in Animal Crossing ever was Bernadette had this like lion guy come up to her and it's like, listen, I want you to build me a house, but this is just a house for me to like shit in.
Like a house?
Like no, like a fancy fucking house. I want you to build the fanciest house to put a toilet in.
So-
and the toilet is the main feature of this house.
Yeah.
Respect, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I want this place just to be a place for pooping.
Yeah. You go around the island, people have these little thought bubbles and they're like, it has a prompt and it'll say like, I really want a house, like I really want a fancy bathroom. And Stu and I were like, let's design that one.
Hell yeah.
And so we made this like beautiful palace with like a red carpet that leads to a toilet that is golden. So it's so fun. I think it's just fun to turn your brain off, you know?
Yeah.
Really just, have a drink and design a random room.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you enjoy the setting up of your house in Animal Crossing, it seems like a really good one for that.
I gotta get Felicia on that. That's her favorite part of the game.
Oh,
Dude, oh my God. Yeah.
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 I'll let her know when I get back.
Do you have a favorite villager?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you never asked.
I want to make sure gave you a chance to answer.
Shep is my favorite. He is the like kind of emo looking scruffy dog guy. He has like his hair in his eyes and he wears like a denim vest.
Does he have like the grumpy voice like down there?
I don't think so. I think it's a normal.
I don't know if I've ever lived around Shep.
He's a little bit, I think he's kind of on the rarer side. Like Stu got me an amiibo card and I was like, yes. Yeah. So I like Shep. I like Goldie.
Goldie's great.
She was an OG.
Yeah.
Jay.
Oh, the bird?
The bird, the stoner bird. Those are the 3 I can think of right now. I feel like if I really thought about it right now, it'd take too long.
Sure.
But yeah, those are the main 3. I love them all.
Solid selection. For
Yeah.
Sure. Who's your favorite, Stu?
I love Ding Dong. He's my favorite.
It's a good one.
Oh, sorry. I thought of another one. Sorry,
Please.
Stu.
Oh no, I was about to go through my list, but I just love Ding Dong.
Yeah, whatever.
He's my favorite.
Blair. She's like a newer squirrel, and she's got like black and white fur.
I don't know if I've encountered Blair, but
She's so
cool.
cute. And then she's so cute. And then Eric is with the K is that deer.
Yeah.
Reindeer.
I had Eric before.
He's fun.
Yeah.
I like him.
I'm a fan.
He loves bugs.
Yeah.
And I think that's so cute.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
There was like a mouse with like a weird, like he had the grumpy voice. So he like,
I love when they do that.
But he had like this weird, I can't remember his name, but like Felicia and I like grew to like really hate that, that villager. It's just like, how do we get this guy out of here? There's nothing we can do to make him leave.
There are some bad
He's still
ones.
there to this day. He has not left. But
He
despises
knows.
that little guy.
You're
Yeah,
not-
he's sticking around out of
You're not
spite.
getting rid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Well, speaking of friendship,
Speaking of friendship,
on a village, would you guys want to talk about fuck?
Let's see if you can do it. I have something else I want to bring up, but I want to see if you can do the name of the show.
oh yeah, let's hear it.
Chihayafuru?
Chihayafuru.
Oh, I missed a syllable.
Yeah, you missed one syllable.
What was it?
Chihayafuru.
Chihayafuru.
Well done.
We got it.
Thank you.
We're all fluent now.
Yes. No. I was gonna say I'm Japanese. No. Don't cut this out.
You're done. We've watched the first episode of the One Piece anime. Have you watched the One Piece anime?
No, I've been meaning to. Like, I feel like every day at some point I go like, maybe I'll put on the One Piece anime, and then I just do something else.
It's good.
Yeah,
I gotta say it's real good. I just wanted to get the opinion. Like, that's the hotness right now.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get it out there when we release this episode in 6 months or whatever, you know?
Well, I watched the first episode with Stu, and we had the intention of like kind of hate watching it.
I did not have the intention of hate watching it.
What?
No, I didn't.
I
Stu
feel like
hates
we
One Piece,
did.
actually.
No.
Like we were looking at the trailer and it was playing and we're like giggling at it because it looked so silly.
Yeah, I thought it looked silly, but Will had said that it was really good.
Well, I didn't know that. But anyway,
Yeah.
I had the intention of like, you know, like kind of laughing at it, poking fun at it. But then Stu ended up liking it. So I was like, man. But you know, I'm not familiar with the anime. I don't know the characters that well. So it's very weird to watch outside of that. I think if I continued it, I'd probably like it. I'm sure there's like some heart to it.
Oh yeah. Seems that way.
Yeah. So far, it's mostly just the costume design and the hairstyles that are too distracting for me. That like it feels like I'm watching like cosplayers acting in a you know, live action series.
See, I really like that it feels like I'm watching cosplay.
I know.
I'm a big fan of that like sword and sorcery, like low budget kind of genre stuff. Like I've watched a couple of these movies from like the Mythica series that's on Tubi. Real low budget, basically like somebody's like D&D campaign turned into a movie.
Dope. That sounds sick.
But yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is I can dig it. I'm not, the only thing I really know about the anime and the manga is that there's like 1 billion episodes.
Like
So-
it's like 1160 something, I want to say.
Yeah,
Episodes.
it's absurd.
Yeah.
It is way too fucking many, and I'm never gonna watch that. And so I think the way I'm gonna interact with One Piece is gonna be this Netflix show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've well, I was surprised because the Netflix show is like what, 10, 12 episodes?
Yeah, I think it's 10.
Yeah. They get all the way through the Arlong arc. Well, I assume so because I've seen Arlong in the trailer. He's the guy with the nose. Yeah. He's like
he's the only character with a nose.
he's like a swordfish type of guy. He's like a fish man. But anyway, because I've seen like I don't know, maybe 70 episodes of One Piece or something. I've been very slowly watching through it over the last year.
Yeah, you should be done in the next like 20
Yeah,
years
something
at
like that.
pace.
I think so. Yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. There's some filler episodes I get to skip, so you know, it's more like 1,050 episodes versus like 1,150.
Yeah,
so, you know, easy.
so much more reasonable.
Exactly. But the Arlong arc is like, it's like 50 episodes in or something like that. So they're covering ground fast, like relatively speaking.
Relatively. Well, but that's the thing. It's like even if they did 50 episodes in a single season, even if they did 100 episodes in a single season, that's still
12 seasons.
that's 10 seasons, 12 seasons. Yeah, buck wild.
Yeah,
but I'm digging the show. But I gotta get my hot take out there.
Oh,
This is my hot take. I think I'm just putting it out there to hurt myself in the future.
Go for it.
Because I nobody here can really argue with me on it.
Watch.
It is really interesting that people love One Piece and hate Cowboy Bebop, the live action versions.
Oh, okay. I was
like I think it's like, it's really like the thing that One Piece seems to be doing really well is it's very faithful to the anime, whereas Cowboy Bebop was not faithful to the anime. It was inspired by the anime, but it really took its own way with it.
Yeah.
And I think when I hear people talking about like, oh, One Piece really nails the visuals and it's really doing all these things right, it's like, and then I hear them like turn and say like, yeah, and Cowboy Bebop just didn't do that quite right. I'm like, you people are insane. Like Cowboy Bebop, like you can say you don't like certain characters, you can say that, you know, they took certain liberties or whatever, but that show looks amazing. And the, you know, Jet, Spike, like the guys who play them are like nailing it. Like the show through and through, I think is super, super good. Other than the last episode. The last episode is dog shit.
Wow.
But I think Cowboy Bebop's like a fine show if you take it on its own. Like not I should specify. I think it's like a 7 or 8 out of 10. Like I don't think it's like the best. But other than that last episode, the last episode's dog shit. But it's just really interesting to see people like One Piece, absolutely excellent. Cowboy Bebop, worst thing I've ever seen. And the only difference I'm really seeing is like faithfulness.
Faithfulness and adaptations is a really tricky thing. I saw somebody like express it really well recently that like I think a lot of adaptations, especially adaptations of things from other countries like anime, they kind of, the people adapting them kind of treat the source material like something that needs to be fixed. Like we need to make all these changes because this you know, dumb Japanese stuff isn't going to fly with our viewers, like a Ghost in the Shell or something, you know.
Totally.
Yeah.
Or like how Pokemon, like, oh, they're eating donuts.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly. Or they got to change the names or whatever, right? So yeah, I think like it's the best way to not avoid doing that is like, yeah, be faithful to the adaptation. Or I think like the other way is to go in a completely different direction, like Death Note. Because Death Note's dumb as fuck, but that was fun.
Yeah, I really like that movie.
Yeah, and it makes no attempt to even like fix the source material. It veers off the road like 10 minutes into the first episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I was gonna say that I feel like that makes it more like they were like, no, let's fix it more than it like, let's absolutely change it.
I feel like it's kind of like fan fiction in a way, right? Where like
Yes.
you want to tell the story that's already been told, but you have ideas.
Yeah.
Right. And the vibe I get from like Death Note and Cowboy Bebop is not that they think that they're doing something better, but that they're just kind of taking the source material as inspiration for their own kind of thing.
Sure.
You know,
like you heard the premise, thought it was cool, wanted to do something with it, and why not take the brand name and like get the recognition for it
Yeah.
while you're at it?
Yeah.
That makes sense. I haven't seen Netflix Bebop. It's on my list, but I'll get to it
same.
eventually.
Yeah.
I think like I rewatched, there's the opening of the third episode I think is really, really good. I think it's
okay.
like there's like a really like they like it's a wedding and everything is like white except for Jet and Spike, like, and so
Cool.
they stand out, like they're trying to blend in, but like they obviously stand out like visually. There's a really good fight scene in a bathroom. Like I think it's people are hating on Cowboy Bebop unfairly. Like I think that live action show has some real merits to it. And it just hurts a little bit to see people loving One Piece and hating this other show when I think they're both similarly good.
This is the battle we're fighting now.
Yeah.
We're the champions of Netflix Bebop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it now.
Yeah,
Shit.
you guys are. Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, I don't care.
I'll show you the sequence after, like after we're all done here, and you can kind of make up your mind from there. But yeah.
Well, I'm honestly surprised they went for another adaptation, an anime adaptation to live action, because of how Death Note and Cowboy Bebop did critically. I don't know how well they did critically, but the reception, the audience reception at the very least wasn't very good.
Yeah.
So
They got very good marks either way.
No.
okay, yeah. So I'm surprised they just like we're gonna keep going with it.
I mean, people really hate the Death Note movie.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
People don't like having fun, like those stupid ass like Final Destination sequences, or like the dudes, like all the, what are they, like business dudes or whatever, like doing the like dive off of the building and stuff. That was stupid fun. That was a good time.
Yeah, I love what they're doing. I think Netflix is still pushing in that direction because it's like it's something that nobody else is really doing, you know, that nobody else is really putting the money into.
True.
And I know Netflix has a big hold in like Japanese like anime production and whatnot. So like I think they're very clued into that. I imagine anime does really well on Netflix. So they're like, well, if we're going to make something new, we should make it based on this stuff that's already really popular on our platform.
It's a good point.
You know?
Yeah. It's also like someone was going to make One Piece like live action thing. Like it was inevitable. Someone's eventually beyond Detective Pikachu. Someone's eventually going to make like a full-fledged like Pokemon live action. Like it's going to happen. Even if it's going to happen, and if it's if there's the chance that it's going to do well, why not be the person to do it? Right?
Yeah, it's a matter of like we're going to get to it first.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And who knows too, because we don't have access to like their views or their metrics or anything.
Oh,
so,
true.
I mean, like people could be like, well, the Death Note movie, like people could be very vocal about hating the Death Note movie, but who knows? Maybe it did gangbusters for Netflix in theory, right? Like maybe it's one of the most popular movies on that site. Who knows?
That's got to be kind of a tough like just dynamic, I guess, because like your view counts are like super important because you see like what's bringing the audience to, but like ultimately you're not really getting paid out for people watching these things, right? So like if even if everybody watched it in secret, like say every single Death Note hater actually fucking loved it, but like if they're saying nothing but negative stuff about it like online, then that's not going to help its image at all, you know, or Netflix's for that matter.
Yeah, well, and I mean, there's a reason we didn't see a season 2 of Bebop or a second Death Note movie.
I would have loved that second Death Note. They were setting up for the sequel, man. I wanted it.
Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe they figured it out with One Piece. If you just keep it faithful, people will just be very happy about it. It seems like so.
Well, I mean, on that note, I think The Last of Us HBO series was really good, but it wasn't too faithful. Like it was like we know what we want to do with it, and we know these characters, but like let's see if we can change some things slightly because we wanted to explore this in the game but couldn't.
Yeah.
And so that kind of changed my mind a lot about like faithfulness, because it's like they did it correctly. I don't know, they did it in such a nice, thoughtful way, but I guess it helps that it was like the actual like writers and creators of the game.
Like
so
was involved.
right.
Yeah.
So
and they keep a lot of like the beats of the story are more or less the same. Like they have a lot of they recreate word for word, shot for shot, a lot of scenes and stuff. But like, there's a lot added to it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's a really interesting case too, where like if like when you put something out there, right? Like you make a movie, you make a video, you make a song, like whatever. Like it's out there. And you can never write that song again. And when you listen to it and you go like, oh, I wish we would have done this, or I wish that this would, like I wish I would have added this line or had this scene or whatever. You can't do that because it already exists.
Tell that to the chain smokers. I don't know. Who's the popular band to hate these days? I don't know.
Yeah, that works. We can hate them.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, you can't like update something that's already out there,
Yeah.
right? Necessarily. But you can, but like in an adaptation, you get to like do a second draft of the thing that you made before.
That's true.
Like fixing.
In a way, yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
So
Interesting.
I think I when watching the Last of Us live action show, I was like, oh, it feels like this is like the second draft of the Last of Us.
Yeah.
You know?
Or like what they wish they could have explored more. And yeah, definitely.
And I mean, like, it works. Like, I love that third episode where, like you see Bill's whole life and all that stuff. I think that's a great episode for television and would have been really pretty boring in a video game.
Maybe. I mean, they did it. The video game was beautiful, so I think they could have done something. I think
like you could have like kind of Dark Souls'd it, like kind of left clues to like stuff that was going on and kind of let the player figure it out.
Right. Which they kind of did.
They kind of did, yeah.
Yeah. But I think you're right. Yeah, like for a video game, I wouldn't want to like go through a bunch of cutscenes or anything. It's not really a playable scene.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyways, that's my hot take. We'll see if anybody latches on me. And I don't know. I'm curious with the more adaptations definitely on the way, with like One Piece being successful. Last of Us has season 2. I got in a big conversation about like, without spoiling anything for season 2, but we all know what happens in Last of Us Part 2, like how people are going to react to that.
Oh, yeah. I actually managed to keep that. Felicia and I are playing through The Last of Us Part 2 right now, and I managed to keep that a secret from her until it happened.
Oh.
That's a tough one to keep a secret.
Yeah.
I've got one maybe even better. We are circling the drain on going back to playing Final Fantasy VII, and she does not know that Aerith. She's not going to listen to this. She doesn't know that Aerith dies.
It's the one episode she listens to. Oh, Bernadette.
And I'm trying so hard to get her there so I can see someone experience that no spoilers for the first time in not 2023, 2024 maybe, who knows.
Yeah.
But I want that to happen so bad, but I can't tell her why I want that, otherwise I spoil it. So
right.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Nobody's had that authentic Aerith death since the game released.
Aerith dying was like the first thing I knew about Final Fantasy as a series.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so funny. You gotta like record it or something. I don't know. Like,
should, yeah.
Like this is like archival, you know?
Yeah, and we'll play it on the show.
There we
go.
Fuck,
yeah.
We really got to do it.
Yeah, we really gotta get Felicia crying on the show.
Look at my girlfriend crying, guys.
Yeah. Pranked her.
On the topic of Final Fantasy, I want to do a really quick update.
Okay, quick update for the fans.
Quick update. Last we saw our heroes. I've been working on a Final Fantasy reverse playthrough where I play through all the numbered Final Fantasy in reverse release order. I finished Final Fantasy 13. Still do not know what the fuck that game is about. Completely fucking bonkers.
Just play the two sequels and then you'll be good.
Maybe then I'll fucking
put more time into it.
Like up until the very end of it, I was like, what? Like there's new proper nouns being introduced that I never. Anyway, I did something really terrible. So the credits roll, unskippable, and I'm just like kind of finally decompressing. Finally, I've beaten this fucking game. And then it asks after the credits, do you want to save? I accidentally hit no. That's okay because there's another screen that says, are you sure? And I'm like, fuck, no, I do want to save. So I click yes.
Okay.
Saying that I am sure I do not want to save. So we go back to the title screen, and I do not have that save data, and I sure as shit am not going to play that final sequence again.
That.
No.
So,
let me ask you, and you can answer this in a yes or no question.
Okay.
Did the last boss make any sense to you?
0.
Okay, good.
Fucking
okay, so I didn't hallucinate that.
He
okay,
looks
cool.
so fucking funny. That last boss is fucking hilarious. It's like, I am the ender of all worlds. And it's like a weird like Tron knockoff thing. Like he's got this like weird low poly face that's stuck looking to the side constantly. It's so fucking stupid.
I gotta see that later.
Yeah,
I'm not
I'll
familiar.
bring up a picture after this. It's
Okay.
very funny. But yeah, so finished 13, started on 12. 12 is very neat. I like 12 quite a bit. You were right. You can make that game play itself. I have started boss fights, put the controller down, gone to make a sandwich, come back, the boss is dead. Like legitimate. I was telling Felicia that, and she was like, really? The game just plays itself? I'm like, yeah, I'm fighting a boss right now. My hands were not on the controller. We were just like sitting and talking, and I'm like, yeah, he should be dead in a couple of seconds. And then he was.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice. Like there
like,
is strategy to it. It's just,
And I imagine it's kind of satisfying to get that like set up.
Exactly.
Going, you know?
And it's easy to fuck out that system too. Like there's a lot of situations where you'll accidentally have your character, because you kind of code your character, so to speak. You tell them, okay, if there's more than 3 enemies, use this spell. If this character gets below 50% HP, use this spell, stuff like that. So there's some situations like I had a healer character who is set to use the spell Vox on somebody who had silence cast on them. So like silence, she casts Vox on them, they're fine. There's an item in the game that gives you good stats, but it makes you silent constantly. So great for someone who doesn't use magic essentially. But that meant that my healer would see that person with that item equipped and go like, fuck, I gotta fix it. Oh no, they're still not fixed. And they would do nothing but cast that spell until I turned that thing off. So yeah, it's easy to fuck that kind of thing up, but it's a lot of fun. I'm very close to the end of it, I feel. Yeah, I've had a good time just about all the way. I don't even hate Vaughn anymore. I think it's pretty neat.
Wow.
Yeah, Vaughn and Pinello are just fine.
Really
Hope is fine too,
circle.
honestly. I mean, his arc sucks, but like at the end I was like, yeah.
My pants.
No, he's just he's totally cool by the end of it. I think he's just fine. The development of the character is super unbelievable, but he's fine. I don't have any hate in my heart for any of those characters anymore.
I'll hate him.
Yeah, there you
I'll
go.
hate him for you.
Carry that torch
I'm
for
here
me.
for I'm here
Thank
for
you. I
hatred.
appreciate that.
I'm neutral. I haven't played any of the games. I don't know.
That's fair. I'm not saying you guys should like pick up these games, but like, yeah, I'm having a good time with 12, and I'm looking forward to getting to 10.
Okay. Yeah. 10's a good time.
Yeah, if I were gonna recommend you a game like a Final Fantasy game to play, it'd probably be 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the only one I've beaten.
Yeah,
10.
that's right.
Loved
Sure.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good time.
Yeah.
Also, Bakari, did we ask you how you were doing other than outside of Final Fantasy?
I don't think so.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking.
Of course. I didn't want to forget that we went off on our own thing.
Did we ask you how you were doing? No, you didn't. All right. Well, anyways, you guys.
I want to make sure,
Yes.
everyone's
Everybody's doing.
Yeah, we're
Doing
doing
good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, doing
Everybody's
good.
doing. Everybody's giving.
We're all
everybody's
giving.
eating.
We're giving something.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool.
He's
We're giving.
giving.
We're serving. We're
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
we're serving
We ate.
this podcast. We ate.
We eating.
That's
we
right.
ate beer. I gotta get it in frame. It's so. Well, hello.
I thought you were cheersing me there.
Well, no, I was trying to get my arm. So if you look at the frame, I'm just like cut off like about here.
Oh, because that's where I was yesterday or
then-
last time.
Yeah, I wonder if people are going to be okay with us switching places.
Find out.
My mic is not close to my mouth. I wonder if people are going to be okay with us switching places. I forgot how this works. This whole podcast.
I
We could
think
probably
they'll-
get away with
I
it.
think they'll be okay.
yeah.
I think I'll be okay.
I think I'll be okay.
But yeah, doing good. Just same old stuff, really. Besides this whole Final Fantasy thing, I've just been chilling.
Hell
Good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, I got my hot take out there. I got all my stuff out
Mhm.
there. You guys want to talk about one of my favorite things?
What's one of your favorite things?
Card games.
That's true.
Fine.
Yeah, we tricked you. We're not talking about girly anime. We're talking about a card game anime.
Girls don't like that.
Girls don't like that. Oh, wait. Yes, they do. Chihayafuru is about a girl who likes a card game.
That's right.
And that's the end of it. Anyways, what do you guys think? Before we get into it, I know I just segued us into it. Before we get into it, you guys want to open these weird after party
Oh yeah, I
drinks?
forgot
Yes.
about these. Yeah, let's get into it. We have after party hard seltzers, strawberry lime margarita flavor.
Yeah, we picked these up. If you're on YouTube, I'm cutting to a close up of it because it's got like the Grim Reaper on there, and it says after party, but the T is like a cross. It looks like grim as hell. I thought this was going to be like an IPA or something.
Yeah.
Hard
very-
seltzer, strawberry lime margarita.
Very pleasant.
Yeah, I'm excited to try. I haven't had it yet.
I wonder if this is like one of those things that try to get men more into hard seltzers. You know, like
Hard seltzers for men.
yeah, because it's like you got to put out a body wash, and it's like Alpha Hunter Killer X
Yeah.
body scrub, not for bitches, and then like
Yeah, or
it's regular
or
body
power waffles.
wash. yeah,
Power
that's a real
waffle.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Power waffles will forever crack me up.
That's
It's
so
insane.
fucking funny.
Good.
It's so silly.
Yeah, I wonder if this is that. Maybe it's not. Who knows?
So,
But-
well, let's cheers, and then I'll give my one little rebuttal here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Clink.
yeah,
Yeah.
telekinetically. Yep, still pretty good,
Yeah, that's interesting.
right? It's not as sweet as you expected.
I really expected it to be. I expected it to be more like a Bud Light strawberryta or something.
Oh, sure.
Hard seltzers are on the rise.
Yeah.
Beer and wine are on the decline.
Wow,
Oh,
bars.
no.
Yeah, that's what I learned over the weekend talking to a guy who works in a vineyard.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like I know people aren't really buying beer, people aren't really buying wine. I mean, they're still, but but
Yeah,
hard
like, I feel
seltzers, everybody's buying them.
No way.
So
Everybody's doing it.
everybody's doing it. So maybe
You should too.
I think this might just be the hard seltzer market is like so oversaturated. How do we make something that looks different? And I guess it's by making something that doesn't look like hard seltzer at all.
There it is.
That's the only design insight I've got.
I mean, it caught my eye. But I am also, I don't know, I'm a woman. So I don't know.
Scared of the Grim Reaper?
No, it's just like you were saying that this is something that would appeal to men.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But I think this one is, I don't know, I like spooky stuff. So I just thought it was fitting for the Halloween season coming up.
That's true.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! We should have got this next episode. Fuck! Shit!
I'll have to find an even spookier beer.
Yeah, we'll find it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll have to guest star again.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine. Promote our podcast.
that's right.
Yeah.
It'll be out by then,
Oh,
right?
shit.
So
Yeah.
Hopefully.
there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, we're on a deadline now.
Yeah.
Now we can't not finish it. We forgot to bring up our second special guest here. We got we got our kitty cat Anya that I've brought up a few times.
Anya, the Instagram influencer, Miss Anya Bean herself.
Oh,
wow.
stretching.
She's
there
like,
for
"Who
the
said my
camera."
She
name?"
knows.
Yeah.
Bean Bean.
Anyways, you guys ready to talk about some anime in this
get it.
anime podcast?
Yeah.
We watched Chihayafuru.
Mhm.
An anime about a girl who loves a card game that is really kind of complicated and I don't fully understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the general concept. Well, I thought I got the general concept of it. And then while we were setting up, we put on an actual real life Karuta match. And I couldn't tell what the fuck was happening the whole time.
Whole time.
Not as easily legible as in the show.
Yeah, the show really helps you out there.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess to give general thoughts, like Bernadette, what did you think of this show, just generally?
Not what I expected. Definitely more slice of life-y than I thought. More heartwarming than I thought. Not as girly as I thought. More just like girl is main character.
Yeah,
that
but-
was kind of my concern when we were talking about it earlier today. But
and I'm glad it was realized.
Yeah.
yeah, honestly.
I mean, it has girly tropes for sure. Like there's some things I was like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Like as a woman, I can say that. Like you guys aren't allowed to think it's cute.
No,
I'm
I
just
can't.
kidding.
That's why I'm drinking this.
Yeah.
Dark
That's
seltzer.
No, I think I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was good too. I knew it was a bad sign when you recommended it and I was like, "Oh, it's about a card game?" And I got really excited, like Yu-Gi-Oh style.
Yeah. When you said card game in a text, I think earlier today or something like that, I was like, I need to set some expectations here because there are no monsters of any sort, really.
Fuck! What do you mean there's no trap cards? No, I made sure to look up the rules kind of ahead of time as best as I could.
Yeah.
Because I watched an anime about mahjong like a while back, and I was like, "Oh, this will be my gateway into mahjong." I'll finally, and then I watched the
Easier
first
said than
episode, and I was like, "What? I don't know what just happened."
I have played multiple games of Mahjong to their conclusion, and I still do not know how to fucking play Mahjong. It's inscrutable to me. I'll figure it out one day, but I've watched YouTube tutorials and shit. It's so hard.
Yeah, I keep thinking it's like dominoes or something, and I'm like, nope, it's not.
No.
Yeah, it looks like it though a little
Yeah,
bit. Yeah.
totally.
It's almost like it's like poker a little bit. You're trying to assemble a hand in your little Scrabble tray type deal or whatever that gets the highest score. And to do so, you like place matching tiles on a board, which other people can then take for their own hands. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's kind of what's going on. I just want to play it because I love playing dominoes.
Yeah.
And, like,
Dominoes is fun.
I love that like tactile feeling, like picking up like those things. So I was like, I just want to play it for the act of playing.
Yeah.
you
The
know?
kind of clack sound when you play
Yeah.
it. It's very satisfying.
Oh, I love shuffling dominoes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there's no better feeling.
there's no better feeling. Let me play some dominoes
Yeah.
right now. I'm done recording.
Yeah. Bye.
What did you think of the show, Bakari?
I think it's neat. I recommended it just because I was like, that's one I've been meaning to watch, and also it like technically fits the criteria of like girly, but like like you said, it's mostly just a girl is the protagonist. I do think like it has a bit more like shoujo trope than I like remembered. Like, you know, there's like a whole lot of flowers falling and everybody's like all lithe and elegant and stuff, and the guys, you know, we have a bunch of the classic like moments between the two guys who like obviously they haven't said anything, but it's like quite obvious that they both have some sort of attraction to Chihaya. They like do the thing where one guy is a dick to her and then the other guy like gets in a physical altercation with the guy who was a dick to her, and then they're playing a lot of the hits when it comes to like shoujo anime type stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the other hand, it is also like very much a sports anime, and I think that kind of like takes center stage a lot of the time. So yeah, it's not as girly as if we were to pick like, I don't know, fucking Card Captor Sakura or something like that. But like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy we made the choice all the same.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to frame this is something that's on my mind.
Yeah.
And I want to frame our discussion around it because it's what's on my mind, and I'm important. Or
That's
whatever.
right.
No, I really liked this show.
Me too.
I thought I really enjoyed it, and I want to give it a really favorable rating.
But
There are 74 episodes of this show plus an OVA. And that's really weighing on me. I mean, like, maybe this show is supposed to be about only the first like 6 episodes or whatever, but I don't know. We'll talk about it at the end. But that is weighing on me looking at the show overall. It's like, you know, do I want to give it a keep watching, but like that's a lot of commitment.
I don't know. I feel like that's like over, you know, a couple of years or something like that. I feel like that's pretty doable.
Yeah.
You know, we've all watched all of Game of Thrones, right?
But I've also dropped off a lot of animes that like I couldn't finish in like a reasonable amount of time. Like there's the amount of animes that I've finished that are 30 plus episodes is like I could probably count them on my hand, you know, versus like the ones that like I finished that are less than that, like I probably couldn't count.
One hand?
On one hand.
You seen Death Note?
Yeah, I didn't finish Death Note though.
How far did you get in Death Note?
I got to the second season.
Like you started the second season?
Yeah, and then I was like, this is too much.
That is the smart way to do it, but also really.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, well, there's a lot going on here. I don't really care.
Oh, crazy. You've seen all of Hunter x Hunter. Seen all of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Seen all of Yu Yu Hakusho. I haven't seen all of Hunter x Hunter.
Seen most of. You've seen the Antlion arc.
Yeah, most of it. Yeah.
Okay, so you're well over 100 episodes in.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You've seen Full Metal.
The original one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like 50 something.
Yeah. We're gonna, what,
Dragon Ball?
No.
No, you haven't watched
No,
Dragon Ball?
and even Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay,
I've watched through the Vegeta arc.
The what?
Yeah, the what? Where he fights Vegeta, and then I was like, oh, I should keep watching, and then it's like Dragon Ball Z is just so fucking slow.
We are anime podcasters.
I know, dude.
And this motherfucker hasn't seen Dragon Ball Z.
Dude,
That's crazy.
Yeah, that gets me.
I feel bad about it. I feel bad about the fact that I haven't seen it, but it's so slow.
It is.
It's so fucking slow. Yeah, I need to watch Kai. Whatever.
Well, yeah, okay. I guess maybe you haven't seen more than 5 like really long animes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Gotcha. I know me.
Shit.
But Bernadette, you want to give us a synopsis, like a brief synopsis of the show? If you don't want to, you can pass it back this way.
I'm passing it back to you.
Yeah. You want it? You want me to do it?
No, you go for it.
All right. Chihayafuru is an anime about a girl named Chihaya who is very into a sport card game type thing called Karuta, in which there's this collection of 100 classic Japanese poems that are over 1,000 years old or whatever. The Hyakunin Isshu, I think they're called. Yeah, I even got that shit. That's right.
I'm glad I passed it.
Thank you.
Synopsis to you.
Yeah, this is the level we were expecting. So.
Yeah, I know.
Right. So there's this one of these 100 poems. They're all pretty short, and the way it works is you have 50. Well, there's 100, but like you have 50 at a time, 50 different cards, each of which has the second half of one of those poems, and someone running the game, either a person reading it or like a person on a CD or whatever, or cassette tape, will read the first half of the poem, and then you have to find the second half on the card laid out in front of you. So it's a memory and reflexes game. So you hear, so you have a card that says gently down the stream, and you hear the person say row, row, row your boat. As soon as you recognize that that's what they're saying, you like slap that one, and that's your point.
Yeah, and you got to slap it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's very important that you do so as violently as possible. Just fucking upend like half the fucking cards on the mat.
Yeah.
Get and fucking hit the guy next to you in the face with it. That's all very important.
You want to draw blood.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a combat sport, actually.
Yeah.
That's what I really liked about this show is that like, okay, so the goal is to touch the card first.
Mhm.
And I think that's okay, great. And the way they show it in the show is that these characters like they hit the card and then they just launch it like across the room.
Yeah.
And I love that. I think that's such a good way to show it. When we were watching the real version and they didn't launch those cards like across the room at any point, I was like,
They kind of
boring.
like, just kind of,
Yeah,
it went a couple of feet.
They messed things up.
Yeah, they had to get up and go grab the card a couple of times.
Boring.
Not anime's where I live.
Yeah.
Exactly. They were far too civil about it the whole time.
Well, so the other half of it though is that there are two boys.
Indeed.
There's the boy Arata who gets her into the anime, gets her into the card game, and then there's the other boy, I can't remember his name.
Tai Chi. And I only remember that because it's Tai Chi.
Because it's Tai Chi, exactly.
That's actually Tai from Digimon. His name in the Japanese is actually Tai Chi.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
His sister's name is Hikari, not Kari. So.
Oh.
Yeah, all the names are different. Besides Joe. Joe is actually the same in both.
They just call him Joe?
He's just Joe. It's just his name.
It's not like short for some kind of
No,
like.
I thought so. I was like, his name must be Joichi or something. No, it's Joe.
That's fine.
I love that.
Yeah.
But so there's Tai Chi and Arata, and they both are like good at the game, and like they're like everybody's mean to Arata at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, seem like for very little reason. He has he
He's
wears
just new.
glasses and has an accent and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, and he's poor.
And he's poor.
Don't forget
That's
that he's
true.
poor.
He has
Which
holes
was
in
like-
his socks.
That wasn't even like that was just speculation too. They didn't really confirm that he was poor.
Yeah. Well,
Which was yeah.
especially the kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the anime kind of shows that he's kind of down on his luck, or his family is. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's
so
only
the children
students.
were right.
Yeah, but how could they know? It's crazy.
I prefer the phrasing of it that he's down on his luck.
Down
Like,
his luck.
this 12-year-old is not grinding enough.
honestly.
He's falling on hard times.
Yeah. Well, no, he's grinding. It just hasn't worked out for him. You know.
Very little money to be played in this very
it's
niche game.
It's opportunity plus hustle equals luck. You know. I'm curious what it's. I mean, I guess it's an issue in schools. I just went to a really broke rural school or whatever, but there's a thing in Odd Taxi where they talk about the fancy erasers.
Oh yeah.
And how as children you couldn't bring in other objects to school. Like there was a limited set of school objects you could bring into school because they were trying to eliminate classism from schools. And I'm curious, was that a big problem for a while, you know?
I don't know if my school even had that.
Did nobody ever got called poor or whatever?
Well, I'm sure that happened, but I don't think there was any sort of ban or anything on
Yeah.
something that was ooh.
Yeah, I think of it as kind of the equivalent of uniforms in a way.
Oh, I see.
Like anywhere you can, any school in which you can wear your own clothes, that sort of, null and void right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if they all have uniforms, they all have the same school supplies, they all have that kind of stuff, then it would be kind of difficult to demonstrate your wealth in any sort of visual way.
I see.
But it just got me thinking about that because everybody was everybody seems to hate him because he's got an accent and they bring up that he's broke a lot.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I really thought it was really refreshing or I don't know, cute, interesting, fun that that they grow to become friends.
Yeah.
Arata and Taichi, that Taichi's such a fucking asshole.
He's a little bastard the whole
Fucking
time.
piece of shit the
Yeah.
whole time. But Chihaya is the glue that kind of brings them together, you know?
Yeah.
I just love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun group dynamic. I'm worried that it'll end up being an Ippo and Miyata type thing where it ends up being the whole series before they see Arata again.
Oh.
I'm worried that that's going to be the case. I really hope it's not.
I don't think it will be. I feel like they were already the fact that he was biking after them, it felt like he's gonna show up soon.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
I can hope.
Yeah. No, but that's a good point, Stu, because I love that the way their friendship formed was based first on just like this is gonna sound weird, based on bullying at first.
Yeah.
and then not, just because it just felt like an organic childhood friendship.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all. I feel like that's just naturally how that shit starts, is just like you get, I don't know, there's a lot of feelings involved and just weird. I was like, why is my bullying not affecting Chihaya? What,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. So I just love how, I just like that they're friends. That's very nice.
I
yeah.
agree, and I think it's really cute that Chihaya kind of like brings Taichi out of his little like fucking shitty child self,
Yeah.
Like he goes from being like, oh, I'm gonna be cool and popular or whatever, to like, okay, I see what's going on, and like kind of starting to understand, and then also like really kind of enjoy the game as well.
Yeah.
And enjoy hanging out with them as friends.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of dropped the bullying thing right after they got into the card game. His like little posse of boys, mean boys, they kind of left.
Yeah.
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 It seems like he stopped spending as much time with the other mean boys because he's too busy
Good.
playing his card game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Card game took over their lives, really. Yeah.
Definitely. I thought so they go to the like local Karata club or whatever, and they end up getting in a 3v3 with the other kid members. They're a bit older, it seems. One of them looks like 50, even though he's supposed to be a middle schooler.
One is a child adult.
Yeah, the oldest, the most 45-year-old, 12-year-old you've ever seen.
Hi, I'm 12 and no one will ever card me.
Yeah, there's a 12-year-old with a mortgage right there.
Yeah, exactly.
But they play this 3v3, and like you see like they start developing these like teamwork dynamics and stuff like that, and like Arata like blocks a card away from an opponent so that Taichi can swipe the other one and stuff, and like that. From there, like I think is where we really start to see like the friendship between the two and the three of them like start to grow, and it's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of warm fuzzies in the early episodes and
For
the later
sure.
ones. It's a feel good show in general. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely very pleasant.
Yeah.
Especially,
Oh, no, you go.
I was gonna say, especially the music. It actually sounds very magical, and almost it had a little bit of like a Pixar sound to it.
A little bit. It's very like
Yeah.
cinematic, a lot of strings and stuff
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
And a really nice warm like bass guitar or something like that. throughout.
Yeah.
It's I like it a lot. Yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
very orchestral.
Yeah.
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 It was like the whole time I was watching it, I was thinking to myself, like, this isn't like a bold new musical choice, but it was like very, like it was a good execution. Like this is what the music should sound like at this point to elicit the emotion that they're going for.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's really great.
Yeah. No, I think they nailed it for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask, what did you guys think about the first 3 episodes being like flashbacks to their childhood?
I think in the context of our show where we watch 6 episodes, it's kind of inconvenient, but also I can't like
Inconvenience, a funny way to put it.
right like
Yeah.
it's similar
Come
to, like,
on, guys.
it's similar like we watched Nana, and it was like and I talked about it in the ranking episode where it was like I would have tried to get the show to rank higher, but like they showed the same episode twice and we only watched 6 episodes of something, so it's like if we got the chance to see more of it, then that would have been a very different conversation, but we didn't, so it wasn't. In this sort of same thing, it's like it's a bummer that half of what we watched ended up being flashback essentially, but also looking back at it, I can't think of any details from that I would remove. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
What did you think, Bernadette?
Kind of opposite, actually.
really,
Yeah. At first I was like, oh, this is a long flashback. Are we even watching the same characters anymore? But then I ended up growing really attached to their childhood friendship and how
Yeah.
that
I see what
grew.
you're saying, yeah.
And then I don't know, it added more layers to it, and it's almost like a flashback I didn't know I needed until they showed it. There's a point where I found myself being impatient, like, when do we get back to present day?
Yeah.
And then when we got back to present day, I was like, like I actually kind of missed their little camaraderie. Like I missed like seeing them together, so I felt that sadness that they felt, I guess. So I think like that definitely adds to it.
Yeah, because I thought it was really interesting that like the last thing you see in present day is that there's that they're on that like the train. I was gonna say light rail. They're on a proper train, I think. And that they're on the train, and then it goes back to she's like thinking about their childhood and all that. And then you get 3 episodes of their childhood, and then it cuts back to them on the train, and it's so interesting watching this interaction that you basically just seen. You know, like in terms of like the time that has passed, almost nothing, but like now the context is very different.
So different, yeah.
You know, and I thought that was really interesting because I agree. Like, I think 3 episodes of like flashback is like it should be too much. You know, I should be like more bothered by it, and I think I kind of was. Like, I wanted to get back to it, but when we got back, I was like, okay, we spent the appropriate amount of time.
Yeah,
there.
like in the context of 70 episodes in a movie, like that's
true.
True. Nothing.
Risk.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think the time spent on it, kind of to agree with you, Bernadette, is like the time spent on it is kind of important because like then when we go back, like we spent 3 episodes with these characters, like that feels like the good old days now. Like you get to kind of share in that feeling of like you are familiar enough with it that like you kind of miss that dynamic between them that doesn't exist anymore, that they're trying to like, you know, reestablish in some new way.
Totally. Yeah. When she's in episode 4, she's competing in that tournament and she like wants to call Arata. It's like that would not have the same sort of feeling if that was like episode 2.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
You know?
No, good. That's a good point because like you'd be like, bitch, like why are you calling this friend?
Yeah,
why are you calling
right?
Why are you calling his friend from like years ago? That's a little weird. But yeah, now you get that more like sentimental feeling.
Yeah. Like it totally makes sense when in episode 5 they take the train out to his house and just visit him like unannounced. It's like, oh, this makes sense. But like if that were episode 3, you'd be like, you guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I was gonna say too, I know we only watched 6 episodes and most of it was flashback, but I actually think the first episode, the second episode, like it was a nice, like succinct story. I think if I saw this as a short film, I don't know, it'd be kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Like I think it could be like a nice little emotional drama, and I don't think it really needed an ending or a closure because it looks like they found like this club that was like, oh, you know, this is our love for this, you know, this sport. Maybe Arata didn't come back, but you know, they're making new friends. So I was like, oh, this, you know, it's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and you could kind of just watch those first 3 episodes and just call it there.
Yeah,
it's a really nice, because I got kind of choked up in the 3rd episode.
Me too, actually.
When it's like when they're all realizing they're gonna go their separate ways and they play the last game of Karata. That like I was like, am I gonna cry during a Battle School Dropouts episode? Like,
I'm surprised I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly a little surprised I held it together.
Yeah,
because I don't think I've even come close to getting choked up during any of the previous episodes that we've watched.
Struggling to, because I find like
maybe there's one, but
maybe it's just me getting soft in my old age or whatever. But like, I don't like out and out. It takes a whole lot to get me to like out and out cry at anything. But like any media or anything like that. But like I get choked up by stuff so fucking easy these days.
I get choked up.
Used to be like I could watch the most depressing shit and be like, but like.
I know.
Yeah.
No,
2 friends say goodbye to each other because one of them's moving an hour away, and I'm like,
it's a commute.
It's gonna take so long.
Yeah. There's traffic.
Yeah. No, I'm with you 100%. I get choked up so much more these days.
Yeah, I get choked up talking about shit. I was talking about Pokemon to Felicia and started crying about it. Like I do not know what is wrong.
Yeah.
With me. Like.
Well, I mean what were you talking about?
It was the first movie, the part where Ash sacrifices.
So Pikachu is number 25, and then number 26.
Flareon is the only fully evolved fire type who can't learn Solar Beam.
Well, dude, when Charmander loses that little flame in the rain.
Oh, dude,
I cried.
Yeah. The fucking Bye Bye Butterfree and the Pikachu episode, like where he tries to have Pikachu rejoin his like natural habitat or something.
Yeah, are you good?
You really like that, huh?
Also, careful with that beer.
No, I took a big Okay, I just tried not to spit that everywhere.
Well done.
Oh man.
Yeah, Pokemon's got some real gut wrenchers every once in a while.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I cry at everything, so I can't relate to you guys. I've always been sad.
Yeah.
Well, this is a new experience for us. We're getting on your level, you know.
No, good.
Yeah.
No, now we can like watch so much together and cry.
When I think about the moment in Ranking of Kings in the end of the first episode where Boji ducks Daida, was that his name? Daida's like swing. That gets me almost choked up sometimes.
Yeah.
Like-
I feel you 100%. I've cried at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I've cried in the middle. It was fucking 10 a.m. I'm watching. Well, the movie started at like 9 a.m. I'm watching Guardians 3, and I'm like eating a large popcorn by myself. And I'm like crying during the movie. And I'm like, what a fucking like weird sight. I get choked up during heroic moments. Just kind of go like a side note too.
Actually, yeah. Sometimes.
When I don't know if it would happen as much. I guess I haven't watched enough My Hero Academia to ruin it for me. But like when All Might shows up for that Nomu fight, I get legitimately choked up. I think that's just so cool.
Yeah.
And I just like, he's putting himself in danger for these people. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Very silly.
Just gotten soft.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I find it interesting. I remember I watched like a Vsauce video about like why do we cry at certain things.
Oh.
And it was like because the thing we are watching is something that we want deep down. And I kept that in mind when I was like watching certain things. So like I watched like Lady Bird. I cry at that all the time.
Sure.
It's because I don't have like it's the mother-daughter relationship kind of thing. Not to get too deep, you know, but it's like, you know, like longing for a stronger relationship or like seeing a little bit of like oh wait, that's me. Or like, you know, just if it's a little too familiar, that definitely gets me.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense actually.
Yeah.
I think there's also like a cruelty of fate type of cry too, like that, like this show kind of has, where it's like, well, they're going to different schools and they're moving apart.
Yeah.
And like that's such a relatable, but like, you know, just like, and it's like one of those things where it's like there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like something like animal cruelty and all of that. Like when you see that and you cry, it's like, you know, it's like, I don't want animal cruelty. I'm sad that this creature is going through that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like those kind of things where it's like, I just wish we lived in a better, like when you see the polar bear on the ice cap and he's like drifting and there's no food and he's like starving to death. It's like,
Doesn't
that's
have any
sad.
Coca-Cola to drink. You know?
Yeah, he's got no Coca-Cola.
Timely references here.
Yeah. Jeez.
Hey, save it for the Christmas episode, buddy. That no one will watch.
Featuring guest star Britney Spears, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can afford her now, I think.
I was going to say, we could bring her in and that push the episode up to 11 views, maybe.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
Well, maybe I think it's like deeper than that. It's like more like wanting, maybe it's not wanting animal cruelty, but just like wanting that pet to be, or that animal to be better.
Totally.
But,
Yeah.
Or wanting that animal in general.
That's totally what I mean is like that you wish that fate hadn't forced this like situation in a sense, right? That like that things out of your control didn't cause this terrible thing,
right?
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
That people could have been better or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to know some boomer shit about me?
Sure.
Do I ever?
Yeah. What does that mean?
Something that I've done several times is I get really drunk if I'm on my own. I get really drunk and I put on PBS's Ken Burns Vietnam documentary, and I get really sad about like the tragedy that is the Vietnam War.
Wow.
Yeah. That's some fucking that's what your dads do. Like that.
You've mentioned that documentary on this podcast before, I'm pretty sure, like at least once.
Yeah.
But like I thought that was just something you'd seen recently, not something like a habit.
Your comfort movie.
I've gotten drunk and cried to the Ken Burns documentary like 3 or 4 times. Yeah. It's the Vietnam War is a tragedy.
Yeah.
and I'm drunk.
Disagree. But
Yeah, it's so sad. It didn't have to happen. All these people
right.
died. They didn't need to die, you know?
it's so true, bestie.
Yeah. You know? that's my hot take on the Vietnam War. I think it was a bad idea.
It was so sad.
I think, honestly, I think Vietnam was real sad. Honestly, I think war is bad sometimes.
Only
Get off the
sometimes.
hot takes. Look, we can handle the
Most of the
Cowboy
time.
Bebop on Netflix
Yeah.
is actually a good thing, but now war is bad.
That's what people get mad about, yeah. Hey, no, Vietnam War actually taught us a lot of good things.
Yeah.
Bakari, do you have a similar anything that you put on and you're like, this is the movie I want to cry to? Because sometimes you want to cry to something, right?
Yeah, I love watching depressing shit, but not anything based in reality. So I couldn't do a documentary about a war or something.
Yeah,
like I'll watch that, but like that's never going to be something I'm going to go back to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like I can't like Felicia has so much more of a stomach for like true crime stuff than I do.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
fair.
Oh yeah, I can barely. Like I never watched that like Dahmer documentary.
Oh,
or
no,
anything.
no,
Yeah,
I
it
wouldn't
just
watch that.
seems too sad.
Yeah. But no, I mean like I have a handful of depressing anime that I like to go back to, or
Eat Man.
yeah, Eat Man, the first one.
Yeah.
And then there's some others like stuff that's not necessarily like depressing, but stuff that like will like get me very in my emotions. Kingdom Hearts is a weird one for that. And like other stuff like Wind Waker, the part where Link waves goodbye to his grandma. Oh, fucking yes.
Bernadette has brought that up outside of this content.
Really?
Yeah. So like a few times to me. Yeah.
That part is so fucking
Grandma
depressing.
stuff is sad.
Well,
Yeah.
grandma.
Well, the thing is, I've never met any of my grandparents. I have no
Okay,
connection.
that's not what I
ever
expected. What?
There.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Well, Bakari, your grandparent is the Wind Waker grandma.
There we
You
go.
grew
Yeah,
up
she's
with
my
her.
grandma too.
Hi,
now.
Grandma.
I'll come back home every once in a while for a bottle of soup and a little conversation. And then,
'Cause I just made an assumption that that's why you were sad about that scene, because like I was gonna say like, oh yeah, that's probably really sad for but like if you don't know your grandparents, then that can't be sad.
yeah, my parents don't even seem to like their parents that much. Like there's nothing there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
Oh, no.
I don't know where that. I have a similar thing with like Anakin saying goodbye to his mom in episode 1, or like any of those like you real tearjerker
Like
goodbye
goodbye.
type moments.
Me
And it's
too.
like I don't know where that comes from. Like
Yeah.
parent ones get me, but like my relationship with my parents is just fine. Like saw them a week or two ago. We're gonna play board games next week. Like
That sounds wonderful.
no, it's a great time. Yeah, it's fine. So I do not know where that comes from.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe it's like, not to get too depressing, but one day, or like never seeing them again. That
Yeah,
could
maybe.
That's a sad thought.
I guess like the thought of that is a bummer.
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do you ever think that you just eat too much tofu and you got too much like estrogen in
Too
your
much of a
system,
fucking
dude?
soy
Like,
beta.
your soy beta cook.
This is a girly
That's what you're
episode.
saying.
The estrogen.
Stu's got to get us back on the alpha path thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
So
every
anyways,
other Battle
Have you
School
ever tried-
Dropouts is exemplary of our alpha
yeah.
status.
Have you ever tried taking an alpha brain so that you can like be a stronger man?
Dude, I haven't eaten any raw meat like all week. It's a problem. I ate a vegetable yesterday.
Oh, dude, fresh vegetables are actually really bad for you.
Super
You gotta
bad
know
for
that. I was telling you, Bernadette, about this. I have a weird thing about
Oh.
like buildings in. This is gonna sound insane, but I have a weird nostalgic draw to like buildings in like the Bay Area.
Me too, actually.
In a way that like when I drive past them, I will look at them and I will become sad in a way that like I'll never get to go inside of that building. I'll never get to like look at that building again necessarily. And that I know that building that's like a business that's like out of business is going to be like demolished and replaced with something. And I've thought about it more, and I think it boils down to like my parents are divorced, and when I would go to visit my dad, he lived in the Bay Area, and when we went to the Bay Area, it was like a very novel experience because I grew up in a rural town.
Yeah.
So like being around a city is like a totally different experience, and I really liked being in the city, and so I think that's where it comes from. But like we were driving through like Monterey, like on our way to Monterey, and I would just like look at a building and be like, Like that, like
Dad?
that dad. No, that like that feeling you get like with nostalgia, where like you can never go back. It's like I'm looking at a building that I've never seen in my life, and I feel sad.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I get like it's sort of a melancholy feeling, but I wouldn't quite call it sad for me too. But like with like Bay Area stuff, and also like Bay Area stuff, and then also certain industrial structures. Like there's like an oil refinery or something like that on the way to the Bay Area, and like you drive past it at night, and there's just all these weird metal spires with like the occasional blinking light or something like that, and like looking at it just gives me this sort of feeling of like this melancholy fondness for something that I can't quite articulate. And I fucking like, I'm super pro environmental. Like what it stands for sucks, but aesthetically, what it looks like to me, my stupid monkey brain is like, there's something there, you know?
Yeah, there's something about it. I mean, I got a similar vibe like when we were shooting your album cover.
Oh yeah.
And we were over by that power generator in that park.
Me too.
And it was like we were looking at it, and I was like, I just got this like kind of nostalgic, and that's the wrong, but just like this like kind of like sad, I want to go back vibes looking at that. And like I've never seen that shit in my entire life, right?
See,
like,
I felt that way, but like I practically grew up at that park, so like yeah.
No, there was just something about that area. I just had that feeling. I don't know.
It's a cool place.
Yeah, it's a cool place. Great album cover. If I, whoever did that was really like,
Well, you
cool.
guys captured that nostalgic feeling, I think, with the album cover. So, yeah.
We fucking got it.
Well, actually, like Stu and I talked about it when I was listening to the last episode, and I listened to it all the way to the end.
Hey.
I'm your biggest fan. And the last song that you made, Bakari, because I'm sorry, I haven't listened to your album yet, or your EP yet.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, but the last
Spotify
song.
lets me call it an album, so I'm calling it an album. But
Okay.
technically, it is EP length, so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
I won't tell him.
Thank you.
The song at the end that plays is like so pretty, and I was
you.
like, this is so nice. And like Stu mentioned, like, yeah, it's got this like nostalgic feeling, and you mentioned like if people were to like watch this and they like, you wanted them to like, if they heard the song, that you wanted them to get that nostalgic feeling of like, oh, I remember that podcast Battle School Dropouts or something like that.
Well,
right?
what I said was like, and this sounds crazy, but like when I listen to the outro song, I listen to it and I hear it and I'm like, I feel sad in a way that I only feel sad when I'm like listening to like something old. That like, oh, I remember watching this show.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember how it felt for me. But I'm in it. I'm in the moment right now, like currently making this thing, right?
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't feel nostalgic about that. But when I listen to it, there's like a certain like sadness that kind of comes over me of like, oh, I miss Battle School Dropouts. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm editing it right now. Why am I sad?
We were watching it.
That's funny. Yeah, because like that was kind of what I was going for, like that sort of combination between like sad that it's over but glad that it happened. That's the track on the album.
100%.
The track on the album is called "Thanks for Coming." Like it's a idea that something's over.
Oh.
Because that's how I feel 100%.
Yeah.
Every time I'm like listening through to like make sure that like the ending is working right, I'm like, oh man, I miss Battle School Dropout. Like, we're on episode 40, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah. No. Yeah. We're fucking can't get rid of us. At least not yet.
You can try, but it's not happening. I know all of you trying.
Exact. So many haters out there in the comments. It's just me. But no, like I guess going back to the whole like weird shit that makes us cry. When I was younger, every time it was like I would like hang out with a friend and I'd have a great time, and then that would be done. They had to go home or whatever, and I'd hold it in long enough for them to leave, but then I would start bawling. Like, and I'm talking like I'm like 8, like
Yeah.
super little,
Yeah.
but like and that was like a constant thing like for a while, and like sometimes it even happened in front of their parents or something, like, which is super fucking awkward. You're like, it's time to go, and this kid is like in hysterics, just like can't calm down. Very awkward for them. I apologize to any of my friends' parents who would not hear this, but so I guess like that was sort of like the initial idea in my head that drew me to that like concept as a song, and like that sort of feeling like, oh, it sucks that it's over, but it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel about to bring it back to the anime or whatever. Like I
Got
like
so out of the fucking.
yeah, into the weeds. Well, I think about I think it's the third episode where like they're all realizing that they're all gonna go their different ways.
Yeah.
And Chihaya is like, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't even want to play in the tournament or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's really cute that she like shows up at the last second to be a part of the tournament.
Yeah.
Because it's like all I was thinking was like, you'd be so sad if you had this moment to have with your friends that you're gonna miss so much, and you just didn't do it because you were sad that they were leaving.
Yeah.
You know? And that, like, go have this one last good moment with them, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, make that one memory, the one last ride.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I thought that was really cute. And I really thought it was really sad when like they're all crying kind of by the canal, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And she's just like outright like, ah! Like
Yeah.
crying. I'm like, I get it. That stuff's
Yeah.
so sad.
That's
No,
rough.
absolutely. I feel like we all lost childhood friends at some point, so it's a very
Yeah.
familiar feeling.
Yeah.
Maybe we didn't react as strongly in front of them, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's so sad.
Yeah.
And they cried a lot in that show. I'm honestly surprised I didn't cry along with them, but
yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that they were so open and emotionally vulnerable with each other eventually.
Yeah, I think it's similar to Ranking of Kings. I tried to keep track, and I believe in the first season, someone cries every single episode.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure in these first 6 episodes, somebody cried every episode. I don't know about the first, maybe, but I'm pretty sure somebody
No, the
cried on every single one.
first one, it was what the main girl? She like Chihaya. She lays in the grass and she's listening to her iPod Nano.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I remember that. she starts crying a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her like studio headphones.
Yeah,
for
she's
some
like, oh, I'm
reason.
so sad.
There was a lot of
real Tumblr core image there.
Yeah, absolutely.
such a fucking good way of putting it. Oh my god, that fucking era. When did this come out? Because it really feels like
I looked it up. It's like
2013.
no, yeah, it's like 2012 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's got like that kind of like sad pop punk intro. Or I shouldn't say sad, like very like hopeful but little melancholy.
Bittersweet.
Yeah.
Bittersweet. That's right. Right word.
Just like All the Small Things by Blink-182.
You said that the intro reminded you of All the Small Things.
Yeah.
And
I totally hear it. Like you sang the lyrics to All the Small Things over the song. And
Yeah,
it works perfect.
it's go listen to it. Everyone at home, go give it a give it a little listen. It's the same song.
I was like, no, Bernadette's crazy. I don't hear it. And then like every time we listen, because I made us listen to the theme song basically every time because I really liked it.
Right.
And I was like, nope.
there.
Bernadette's on to something.
It's there.
Bernadette's on to something.
Chord progressions are tricky, man. Like, but just about half of all anime theme songs share a chord progression with "Never Gonna Give You Up."
Good.
Huh?
Great song.
Almost. Well, they share a chord progression with "Together Forever" by Rick Astley. Technically, "Never Gonna Give You Up" uses a minor or a 2/7 chord and not a 4.
All right, guys. Welcome to the
contains the
obscure
same notes.
Bakari corner.
Music theory time. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's that plus one extra note. Anyway. Yeah, so what I'm saying is they can sound similar and yet totally different, and you don't realize they do until it like clicks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like at that point the main difference is just the melody of the lyrics. Like
Pretty much. Yeah, and like
remove
the
those.
harmonic rhythm of it. you
yeah,
know?
yeah. It's pretty similar.
Yeah.
I really like that opening.
It's good.
I
It's
good.
really
Yeah.
liked that opening. I think I only brought myself to skip it like once.
I think I was like surprised when you did. I was like, I was surprised when you didn't skip it on episode like 2 or 3 or something. I was like, oh, Stu really likes
Yeah.
this one. And then like you finally did on like episode 6. I was like, makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we got to get through this or
Exactly.
whatever. But like, I feel like there's not a ton, but there are a number of shows that we watch where it's like, okay, we're gonna listen to the theme song every time.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And This wasn't quite one of them, but I really like the opening. I didn't care at all about the ending theme.
I think
It was fine.
It's good.
Oh yeah, I kind of barely remembered it at that point.
I kind of don't remember it.
Yeah, I just know there were leaves. That's about it.
There were leaves.
Like them leaves.
It looked like the most aggressive karaoke song that you've ever.
Yes.
Yeah, like a
Absolutely.
karaoke sequence from Yakuza or something.
Yeah, those karaoke's or not those karaoke. Those credits were like thick, like heavy. Like,
Oh yeah, because they're
they
scrolling
crammed everybody
right to
in.
left.
Yeah.
It was really
that was
impressive.
intense.
Or they're scrolling left to right because they're meant to be read right to left.
So I also want to take a detour here. I don't know if this is a permanent issue on Crunchyroll or if we were just catching them at a bad time. The third episode is fucked when we tried to watch it.
Yeah.
It was having this issue where it would like speed up and slow down at different times. We didn't have that issue on other episodes. And it was the same speed up and slow down in the same spots while we were watching it.
It's entirely possible that it was just a problem with like Crunchyroll for Roku or whatever.
Could
like
totally be.
if we were to put it on like a PS4 or something like that, or just whatever streaming thing you end up using, like maybe it would be different. But yeah, the Crunchyroll episode 3 was totally fucked.
Yeah, it was literally unwatchable.
Yeah.
Like we were joking about like watching anime on YouTube back in the day, and I was like, oh, yeah, we can kind of deal with whatever. And it was like a character would be talking, but a different character's mouth would be moving. I'm like, I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
So we jumped over to the High Dive streaming service, which is ugly, but I actually really liked it.
No, yeah, it was perfectly serviceable, like for what we needed,
Yeah. Like the subtitles aren't pretty, but they were. One thing I really liked was that Arata, his whole thing is that his like dialect is different than the people in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Like he kind of has like he has like what in a dub they would just give a character like a southern accent. He kind of like combines words in a way, and I feel like High Dive did a really good job of showing that dialect in the subtitles.
Yeah.
Whereas Crunchyroll, I don't really remember it doing as much.
Yeah, because he speaks with a lot of like basically the equivalent of contractions.
Yeah.
Like shorten words just to make it flow easier. So like the way that the subtitle will reflect that is like if he was saying like it's fine, like S apostrophe fine, Yeah, I thought that was I agree. It was a very good way of portraying that.
Yeah. I really like the subtitles weren't pretty. The app looked really like ass.
The UI was like pretty bad.
Yeah.
It does not look good, but
It was like
got us where
showing
we
us
were
like
going.
really low resolution like thumbnails for the show. But yeah, I like those subtitles. I thought it was good. And the episode 3 played totally fine. So if you're having issues, jump shark to High Dive, apparently.
it also does something that like I didn't realize I missed, and like I don't know that it's like a good idea, but like it does a lot more of like it doesn't really hide a lot of the Japanese from you. Like,
yes,
like other than say the word Chihaya, which is like one of the words like that one of the poems starts with or whatever. It does like the Crunchyroll version is very like, just keeping it in English. You don't need to know the Japanese words, whatever. This isn't a fucking Muzzy video. But High Dive will like, even when someone's reading off the poem, all the Japanese words that they're saying or like written in Roman characters are appearing directly above the English subtitles to them.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting that it showed you what they're saying in Japanese and what their English translation. And I thought that was really good for something that's about poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked that.
They keep the honorifics and stuff in. I don't think Crunchyroll does that anymore. Like they'll refer to like if it's somebody san,
Oh, I don't know because I know, yeah, because obviously the character's saying it in Japanese, and I think my brain just kind of adds it there.
Yeah,
at this
you just
point,
kind of
right?
internalize
Like,
it.
somebody says Chi-chan, I'm not reading Chi-chan. I just know. Oh, I heard Chan.
Yeah, that's a tricky thing because I enjoy seeing it, but hearing it, like, have you ever heard a dub like include the honorifics?
I
in
don't
English?
think dubs should be allowed to.
The Persona games do that, so they'll be like, "Oh, hi, Takamaki-san, how are you doing today?" It is
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except they actually they butcher the pronunciation. They say it Takamaki. Fucking whoever's directing those dubs, please stop
Oh
it.
no, that's such a shame because that game's so big. Like it should have a good dub.
You would think.
Yeah.
That was the game that got the series big, so maybe the next one, maybe Persona 6 will. Yeah.
I'm a dub guy in a big way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching Demon Slayer in the dub.
Oh no.
And I feel very neutral about that show still. I won't say otherwise, but I like its dub.
Demon Slayer is a show that you can watch on Crunchyroll and Netflix. In case you forgot.
Yeah, I that's how but it's always so funny when like they'll be like they'll ignore honorifics all the way through, but then they'll be like, older sister, what are you doing here?
Yeah, because there's no, like, we don't really have a direct equivalent of how to address somebody like that.
Yeah, and sometimes the relationship is important to the story that's happening.
Yeah.
So it sounds weird, but it's like, well, that's kind of how they said it in this scene.
Yeah.
So
Or it's like a common enough thing for characters to bicker over their honorifics. Like, I'm older than you. You should be referring to me as San or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, whatever. I'm just going to say your first name. Or like, it's okay. You can call me. But they have a moment where Chihaya, like Arata, like works up the courage to call her by her first name instead of her last name, San.
yeah.
Which I don't think would fly in a dub. Like, or at least they would have to like do a whole contrivance of him referring to her as Miss whatever her last name is, and then get to that point. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. Yeah, and it is interesting with like dubs and things like that and subtitles that at least with Japanese you can very much like get away with those, like either including or removing, like if a character was referring to a character by their last name and then started saying their first name, I would know in the dub what was going on.
Sure.
I don't know anything about like Korean honorifics. So if I was watching something that was like subbed or dubbed from Korea, I would be kind of fucked. And like, I don't think they could get away with it as well. Cause I don't know that because it's not as pop, like anything that's like Korean is like, yeah, it's gotten more popular, but it's nowhere near on the level of like Japanese stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in Tagalog, they have like for older, like if you're referring to someone that's older than you, that's a guy, it would be kuya.
Mm-hmm.
It would say like kuya Bakari. Or if it's like a girl, it'd be ate. So it'd be like ate Bernadette. So it's like, I can't think of a way to translate that at all to English. Like, it's just a sign of respect. It's like, like, how do you even, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. And anime can get away with it because because so many weebs know what that stuff is.
Exactly.
Whereas like you can't get away with that in another language.
Exactly. Yeah.
The Filipino Tagalog anime is going to struggle compared to like,
absolutely.
With honor.
Watch that though. That sounds interesting.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I'm on board. Yeah.
I think at that point they would just say it. Like they would say the actual term and then the rest in English.
Well, and that's where you get like the older brother, what are you doing?
Yeah. Step bro.
Step track.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. That's how it sounds.
Yeah.
So well, I think we've talked about this show a fair amount. I don't know. Is there anything else you guys want to touch on the show? The last little bits?
No, I think
Before we get to the reviews?
I don't know. We ended on a weird note with the stepbro thing. So if anyone wants to cleanse the palate,
I think the card game's super interesting.
Yes.
I think like the idea of like my understanding from my brief reading was that it was inspired when like I think it was like the Portuguese brought over playing cards, that they were like, oh, cards, this is cool. What if we made this like mondo complicated like memory game? And I think that's so cool.
That is, really interesting way to go about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so much about this, and I think I love the emotions. I love so much of what's going on in this
Real
show.
nice vibes, just real
Nice
feels
vibes.
good. The music's great.
We didn't talk about the 6th episode. Kimono Girl's really cool.
I was about to say that actually. In episode 6, they get they start Taichi and Chihaya start their club. they get their first sign up from a girl who's very obsessed with like Japanese classics and stuff. And one of her things is like she wants to wear the traditional garb while playing this very traditional game. And it seems as though they make some concessions to, like, they don't just wear the full kimono and hakama and stuff like that, but like they clean off the tatami that they're playing on, and ideally they'll end up working a bit more of the tradition into it, which makes me wonder, like, is that a one-off thing, or is every new member going to in some way like change the way that the club runs? And like, I don't know, it got like that last episode, like that sort of 5 episode, here's the past, here's what's going on right now. And then going into the 6th, where like, this is where things are going, I think was a really good like teaser to me. Like, it made me want to keep watching the show. I think if I had watched those 5 episodes, I was like, that was really nice. I'll get to it eventually. That 6th episode made me go like, well, fuck, what happens next?
Yeah. There's obviously like a plan.
Yeah. They kind of ended on that line that was like, who's glasses guy again? Arata. They were like, oh, he'll come back or something.
Yeah.
And it kind of ended on kind of like a sort of just like this version of childhood him just like fading into the darkness, and I was like, that's sad. Like,
yeah.
So that was a nice sort of somber note to end on, I think.
Yeah. No, I agree. I feel like the openings spoil a lot, like in a way that you don't know what it's going to be until it happens. But like in this case, there's so very little of Arata in the opening, which makes me think like, I don't think he's going to be back this season. Like, we're probably going to see very little of him at the very earliest until season 2. Got to watch that theme song to see, but
no, we'll see. I could definitely see him not being around for a while.
Yeah.
I think that would make sense plot wise, and I'd be a little bummed because I like Arata.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah,
his older version has a bit of like an edge to him. He's a bit gruff.
Love that. Love me an edgy anime boy.
Exactly.
He loved his grandpa.
He
cried at Wind Waker. He did.
He's one of us.
He was like, oh, I'm so sad about my grandpa's death. And then I played Wind Waker the next day.
And now I'll never play it again.
I'll never play this card game or Wind Waker again.
Should have started him on Ocarina or something.
Yeah. Well, that's tough because it's got your friend leaving you.
Oh, that's true. That's even more relevant to him in the shit.
Oh, no, yeah.
You can't
Start
escape.
with
what's the one on start him on Wand of Camelot. Yeah, that's a good entry point for Zelda.
Can't wait to bomb some Dodongos.
But they were his friends. Like, they were all friends.
Oh no, they didn't talk about how Rada loved Dodongos.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get to our rating system here.
Yeah.
I've got some thoughts here.
Yeah.
So we have our rating system. It is keep watching. Oh, hold on, wrong hand here. All right, keep watching, meh, and total garbage. I'm gonna go to you guys first, and then I'll say my complicated thing. Bakari, what did you think of the show?
Really good. I like just about everything about it, and I will I say this about a lot, but like this one, I think I actively want to keep watching this. I might turn it on tonight or tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll check in next episode.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I could be full of shit. I probably am, honestly. I say a lot of things.
Halloween episode where I'm going to ask how you're doing. I'm going to ask how you're doing. And then I'm going to ask how far have you gotten in the show?
That's the real scary thing about Halloween is my lack of follow through. So stay tuned. Bernadette, what did you think?
I liked it a lot. I think I would continue watching it, but I don't think I'll finish it. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm just not. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I just haven't seen enough yet to pull me into finishing it. But I liked it a lot.
Yeah. I feel very similar. I think so. I'm a keep watching at least for season 1.
Yeah.
The idea of watching 74 episodes plus a movie. I mean, like, I don't think there's really very many shows that can do that. Pull me in that way, so I don't know if I'll get that far, but I think this is definitely a keep watching, and I think I want to finish the first season Definitely.
I'm like,
'Cause I really liked it.
I think if I could get 60 or so episodes into One Piece, I think I can finish this.
Yeah, you have no excuse. I'm not watching the anime.
Yeah.
Like I think I watched the first episode or two of the anime recently, but I was really drunk and I was like, I don't like this. I'm not feeling. This isn't what I'm feeling right now.
Me personally, I think that show gets to. It's not bad, but I think it gets to the point where it's like worth watching for me around the Arlong arc. Honestly,
Okay, well,
it's like the Frieza arc, I guess you could put it in.
You should watch the live action show. It's really kind of similar to the anime, but it moves a little faster. I don't know if you heard. Yeah,
I'll check that out. We'll see.
All right. Well, I've got to use the restroom, so I'm gonna push us through plugs here.
Okay.
Bernadette.
Yes.
What do you got to plug? Any like shows or podcasts you have coming up?
I would love to plug our Haunting of Chill House podcast. If you like horror, if you like me and Stew, you should, and Anya,
Hey.
you should go check it out. We're excited to release it.
Yeah.
And then also follow me on Instagram, not Bernadette. That's it.
Yeah. I'm excited for this. We got this podcast coming out.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're talking about
excited to hear
horror
it.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the fun part for me is that you're a very big horror fan, and I am not as big of a horror fan.
Yeah.
Not that anymore.
Into horror movies, at least. I love like Junji Ito and stuff.
Yeah, I was
but-
gonna say I'm kind of surprised to hear that. Honestly.
Yeah, but I don't watch the horror movies. Are not my like go-to.
Sure, that's fair.
I watch sword and sorcery bullshit instead. so,
Yeah. Very opposite taste here.
Yeah. How about you, Bakari? What do you got going on?
I still have an album on streaming services
Hey.
that you can listen to. Any streaming service you can think of, I probably put it on there. So, yeah, do that. I have a song. It will be out probably by the time this is out. But I have a song with a wonderful singer / ukulele player, Brianna Carmel from the Blooming Heads band. The two of us made a cover of the song Love Gun by Aya Hirano. If you know, you know. So yeah, check that out. I think that'll also be on Spotify and such. But because it's translated, they didn't sing in English. They didn't sing in Japanese. They sang it in English. So because it's translated, that makes it a derivative work and not a direct cover, which makes the licensing more tricky, apparently.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it may or may not be on Spotify, but it's going to be on Bandcamp. It is on Bandcamp. Speaking in future when this episode comes out,
Yeah.
listen to it.
We'll get if you send me the links, I can put them in the description. And all
Perfect.
That. So yeah, we'll make it happen.
Yeah, so got a single
yeah.
coming out. Still have an album. Make music. Listen to it. You can follow me at 8mammoth on Twitter. 8mammoth.
It's
Number
X. It's called X,
There it is.
Please.
Excuse me. On
X.
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 On
Please. Thank you.
x.com/8mammoth.
Yeah, Battle School Dropouts is still on X. I post there like in the days leading up to an episode
I
release.
think you're just calling it X like that's normal.
Yeah, it sucks. And I'm saying
I
it.
hate
I'm
it.
saying it.
Yeah.
I'm saying it in that kind of like, well, it's so dumb. That's why I'm saying it. And then it's eventually just people are gonna just start calling it X like Elon wants. Like I should continue calling it Twitter.
You should.
I should.
The tab on my computer still calls it Twitter.
Yeah, I mean,
why.
I type in Twitter anytime I want to go to twitter.com. I have yet to
URL
type
is
in
still
X.com.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still works.
Yeah.
So Battle School Dropouts is on Twitter. I am thinking about starting a Instagram because that's the thing that I'm on these days that I don't entirely hate. I'm on Instagram. My post is down below. It's my full fucking name. And you're not going to spell it right. So just check down below
There you go.
in the description. Yeah, and subscribe here. Like this video, comment what we should do future episodes on. We're trying not to talk about stuff that's like super obvious. Like we're not going to review Cowboy Bebop. You know what we think about Cowboy Bebop or whatever. But
Still haven't finished it.
yeah, you saw. Yeah, that was
Same.
about it. Evangelion. Evangelion's the example. Like you don't need our opinion on Evangelion. But we'll do it
my
if you
pick.
pay us. But anyways, yeah, that's about it for me. I don't know. Anything else?
Still have to watch the last Evangelion Rebuild movie.
I haven't. I've watched
3.33 Thrice Upon a Time.
I see so often like you are not alone or whatever. Like people do like the not in things. I'm like, what does this mean?
In this one, I think it's thrice is spelled THR open parenthesis ICE end parenthesis.
Ew.
Interesting.
Upon a Time or something like that. It is deranged. It is a very, very strange title.
Well, I'm ready for it. I'm here for it.
It's got some Hikaru Utada.
We gotta watch Shin Kamen Rider, man. Same
have to watch
director.
Shin Kamen Rider,
all that shit. You guys are wonderful.
Aw,
I love you guys so much.
You're wonderful.
Love you too, dude.
I have to go to the bathroom so bad.
All
so
right.
you guys can do the outro here. I'm out.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
We don't really have like an established convention for an outro. Yeah.
All right. Well, Bakari, it's been real.
It sure has.
Yeah.
It's been real. It's been fun, and it's been real fun.
Oh my God,
about
cute.
Yeah.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Bye, girlies. Oh, we gotta stop all this shit.